Part 2 of the Rosehill preview, and down south it's Flemington with Dicko. He'll be mounting them up at the mounting yard.
He's a Flemington man.
He is a Flemington man.
He loves it. He get good results at Flemington.
Yeah, and I imagine that's another mounting yard program because it's the middle of August. What can you do but get the mounting yard mail?
You cannot breathe without it, Marcus. And
it's not just the time of year for mounting yard mail. You've been flying too.
Thanks, Gort. Yeah, I've been tipping pretty solid.
Not just solid. It's been very good,
mate. When you have 8 to 1 winners on top, 12 to 1 winners on top, it's
it's all right.
18 to 1 winners on top.
Up you go, Glennie. He's
most exalted performance 2 weeks ago at Rosehill. So don't miss out on the.
Getting back to just quickly, I know it's more for the rant. Any emails about there's CAD number plates? I don't know what's going on. I saw another 2 today. It's definitely a cult. There's something going on. So keep your eye out. We need to find out the answers. It's just driving me cuckoo because I was only thinking as I was driving over here, guys. Hey, I'll mention this CAD. Do you ever see any other number plate with a 3-worded name in it? Ever? Do you see big or dry or G? In any word, you never see it, except CAD all the time. Like not one other 3-letter word is there. Like not even the boys out at Blacktown where they're hodded up forwards have WOG. No one has a 3-lettered name.
You know what WOG stands for?
I don't know.
Warrior of Greece.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what my Greek mates told me.
There's the cat, Glenn.
There's the tiger cat.
Oh, it's coming.
Cat. You see number plates with?
Sport?
You ever see number plate cat?
No.
CAD. There's a million CADs.
Big
out
hello to
there.
Ron Sweeney, who did reply and said that he'd seen a few of them as well. He thought there was
going on.
And we saw
West,
one on the way to the races the other day.
I'm telling you,
didn't we?
it's a secret society. Chris Waller might be from outer space. The planet CAD. All right, more on that on Monday's show. It's doing my head in. Get this great 3-year-old race. Well, not really. It's
interesting 3-year-old race and an interesting handicapping as well because Diamond, Tathagata and Minari seem to have been unfavoured by the handicapper. For both won one race. Minari's only won an ordinary Saturday race. It's the same as trekking. Anyway, $3.10, $3 Siege Quebec.
Why is this a handicap? It used to be a level weights race, didn't it? The
I think they're stretching it out. The Rosebud is actually, like this used to be San Domenico Day once upon a time when the Golden Rose was a bit earlier.
Yeah. I don't know why this is a handicap though. These are all...
This is not the Run to the Rose. Isn't that a set waist race?
Yes,
I think the Rosebud is like the earlier race that is actually a bit later.
Okay, so it's just a quality handicap, righto.
Okay, $3 Siege of Quebec, $3.10 Minari, $5.50 Trekking, $10 Diamond Tathagata, 13 Overshare, 13 I Am Excited, 18 Parast, and for the sake of completeness, $61 the Jimmy Lee Trained Lights. Now,
who takes it up now, Mark? Siege on the inside?
Well, he's trying, isn't he? He's doing his best. I'm not sure how Minari be ridden, but he has the speed to kill them. Overshare will push on, Tommy Berry. Didn't he ride Siege of Quebec the other day?
Yep.
So he knows how much pace it's got. He might try his luck, and Parast be doing his best out wide as well to push on. Had the others sit. Well, Lights is another wild card with the blinkers on. Trialled right up.
Out of 2 Golden Slipper winners.
Yeah, so look, Siege of Quebec.
14 back to 11. What are you saying, George?
Well, he had.
I just didn't really need to think too much about the race. I don't care about weights, therefore I think Minari's immoral.
Yeah, but you know the trainer will be thinking about weights. Hi, Kristen. Yeah, okay, he's immoral.
It does seem like when you were saying that before, but like, how did it get that weight?
Excuse me.
Well, it got that weight on suspicion.
No, I got the weight because it ran 4th in the Golden Slipper. Right, Minari and Trekking ran $21 each in the Golden Slipper, and Trekking didn't run 4th, so he gets...
I've got a question for you. How did Josh Parr get this ride?
Instead of...
Well, you could have had your pick, couldn't you?
Josh Parr, what's wrong with him?
What's wrong with Josh?
There's nothing wrong with Josh. He rides all right, but he's not one of the top line Sydney guys. And if I was a top line Sydney guy or a jockey manager of one of them, I would so be getting on Minari.
Right, so I suppose. Well, who's ridden it? Who's ridden it?
What other riders available?
It is the favourite for the Golden Rose, isn't it? Like,
but who else is available?
Brown.
Blake Shin, Brown,
Well,
Brenton
Blake Shin's got a ride on something else.
Tim Clark.
Blake Shin's riding
Tommy
Mark Newman's
Berry.
horse. He probably made arrangements at Randwick in the morning for a... Yeah, okay, yeah.
All right, Gord, so you're, it's a one-horse race for you?
I love that trial against the Condor Hero.
It was a really good trial.
And you watch Past the Post, it's just awesome. I think this is a serious horse. I'm not sure at what time I will play because I would really like to get Glenn's information first, but I could miss the price if I do wait that long. So
I'm tipping 2 on top from 3. I thought there was 2 runners.
So 3 looked to trial sensationally.
Sits in a nice spot. Does map well, I thought.
Oh, God, you're against it because of the short course trial.
Yeah.
And has this I'm Excited got any chance at all?
Yes, it's got a chance, obviously.
It's just got a bit of style and a bit of snipe about it. So what are we saying about CG Quebec? None.
No, I'm not saying none. I'm saying Barrier 1, it has to work its arse off to get the lead and probably can't get there. And the 14 back to 11 does leave a taste of flatness.
I know, but the weird thing is that this horse has 5 public performances and hasn't been defeated.
Well, the trials don't count. Gay wins all trials with handy
Well,
horses.
they do actually. They mean something.
Gay doesn't lose a trial. What does that mean?
No, she doesn't do it like that anymore. She's not as aggressive these days.
This is a serious horse.
I agree with that, but does it set up well for it tomorrow?
Well, look, I mean, we're talking about a horse that hasn't blotted his copybook. Poor old Minari, you know, we've concocted this like narrative about Minari ever since his first start. Oh, he was like a tragedy beaten behind Pariah, which he was, and then T. Clark did weird and wonderful things on that outside rail track at Randwick, and then
he did sit 7 wide throughout in the Golden Slipper and run 4th though. Didn't he?
Didn't Tulip sit 8 wide? Would you back Tulip in this race?
No.
They were good runs last prep. Not last, well, all of last prep. But if you notice, his performance was far superior on a good track. He gets a good track. He ran in 3 heavy tracks the last 3 starts.
Possibly the thing that's really in his favour is the fact that he set up on the speed on the rails in Run Day, Doncaster Day, Size Produce Day. I mean, that's enormously in his favour for resuming in his second prep.
I just think he is clearly the best horse and will overcome Map and maybe a fitness edge to some other runners in the race.
Very interesting race. Again, another hot Mountain Guard mile race there. My numbers could be anywhere tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a great race, and
I'll send out lights on top. There you go.
I can write the message right now. 2 Minari looks fantastic first up, could be a moral.
Okay.
And then the bottom will be unloading 2.
Okay, great.
Should I send it out now?
How easy is Mountain Guard mile become? My life's just become so easy now.
Or maybe that's just what I'm hoping for. So,
yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Mark, what do you do? CG Quebec.
Well, there are 3 chances, 2, 3, and 4. Where I'm unsure about 6.
Okay. Let's get to race 7, guys. That's a good
Race
idea.
7, the Spring Preview, which is a most interesting race because it's $2.60 Washington Heights, second up off the Monster Spell. $4.50 Tom Melbourne, $5.50 Saracen, both ex-Freedman horses. $10 Oxford Poet, been to Brisbane and back. $13 Kingsguard, $14 That's a Good Idea. $19 Etymology. 30 Long Odds, DIC, Luna Rise and O'Reilly's Revenge. That's a Good Idea and Oxford Poet are jousting for the lead. Kingsguard drops in behind and that's your speed.
Are we close to Chris Waller training every horse in Sydney?
Close. So why are these 2 horses, I found them hard to find, these resumers, Saracen and Tom Melbourne?
Why is Tom Melbourne so much of the market? That trial's good, I know, but like,
Yeah.
why is it $4.60?
Yeah,
It's always had a big rap on it, this thing, hasn't
Yeah,
it?
right, but like it's
So what are
called
they
for couples
saying?
and like
Lee and Anthony Friedman, didn't get the best out of it. Waller has found the edge.
7-year-old Gilding by Dylan Thomas hasn't won in forever. And like 5 runs ago, it was over 2,600 metres the Queen Elizabeth Stakes.
Yeah, it's
a bit of a one batter.
No, I'm with you. It seems strange to me, but I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Okay, good.
I wanted you to...
Don't stand up and say Washington Heights is a good thing, okay?
I'm pretty keen on backing number 1. That's a good idea.
Wow. All busted up the
I
trial.
was hoping the other, who was Oxford Poet, doesn't put too much pressure on it. I was hoping that's a good idea, crosses and sort of gets a decent lead. If you watch the replay of That's a Good Idea's last 1400 metre start, it went to the front and looked actually quite strong late to me. So
Oh, it's always been capable at 1400. I
yeah,
think.
so I just think it maps well and
Does map well.
He's desperate for a dry track. So
Yeah,
last time I was on a dry track was a 2 at Hawkesbury. Prior to that was a 3 at Eagle Farms, and prior to that was a 2 at Randwick behind Capernick, 3 at Randwick behind Spieth.
yeah, and we've got what, a firm tip. There's a lot of ticks there, and it's $14. I'll definitely be having something on it.
Trouble is that he's an 8-year-old by Flying Spur. I would, I have Washington Heights on top.
1400 bother you?
Lots of things bother me about it, but I mean, you know, where do you start in this race? You must start with it, mustn't you?
I suppose you start with it because
No, because he's had the trial since as well.
Yeah.
I backed Kingsguard.
You've backed it.
It's another horse desperate for a dry track. So,
And sit straight second behind, that's a good idea.
well, I'm suggesting that Oxford Poet holds the lead, and That's a Good Idea sits outside.
Wow. Okay.
Well, it's not impossible.
It's a completely...
Can you ring Mark and tell him to
I need to
hold up the hand up the lead?
need Manning our mail so bad there. You've got no idea. I have not got a pick.
The other horse that that Waller has taken over, Saracen, he of course fenced up on the rails on one of those rails days. Centre pivot was in that Villiers. He was off the monster spell. He's then another 8 months off. Anything in its trials,
Just
George?
send me 33.
Yeah, look, I was confused in the race as well. No, I actually didn't like the trials of Saracen that much.
But Tom Melbourne, you're prepared to concede.
Yeah, it did try
His
really
trial was good enough to rate him in this race.
well. You know, but obviously Waller's really trying with this horse because he doesn't normally do that when he's confident. So taking it off the new stable, he's probably really had more of a crack than he normally does. So
I think that's an excellent point.
yeah.
A lot of ego in this game.
But isn't that like when these softly stables send them out for a solid trial? It's like they're not confident about these horses.
Yeah, but there's the other angle here with the change of trainer. Yeah.
Switching him on,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
Anyway,
look, it's quite confusing, isn't it?
it is an interesting race because we've got an interesting favourite and an interesting second favourite.
Very interesting.
The other horse I want to mention in that race is I thought Etymology's trials as a gelding were
Definitely.
of great interest.
Yeah.
Definitely. And again, mounting our mail. I'm all over this race. I've just got no idea what my numbers are. No idea. I could put 1 on top, 2 on top, 3 on top, 4 on top, 7 on top, and 10 on top. I just don't know what I'm saying. I'm not saying nothing. Till tomorrow.
So you need God to do it for you now.
I can't do this one.
God can't. Yeah. We've just sent us all 33. Let's get to race 8, guys.
Now the penultimate.
Eddie Heights.
The penultimate.
Here she comes.
Oh, barrier 1.
So the rant god,
Ah.
the rant gods have smiled on us here with Heady Heights v Faith's Encore. But Slumber Party is our favourite, $4. $5.50 Gretna, I don't know where she sprung from. $6 Faith's Encore. $9 Suspenders. $9.50 Heady Heights. $9.50 the Highway winner, Prada Miss. $10 Marakita. A Line Savager, that little one, and it's the long odds, the remainder, headed by Little Miss Brown at $21. Now, Slumber Party gets her leader's gate.
But just talking about that just quickly, shut the fuck up in the back. How come it's so noisy, this area?
Oh, there's so much renovation. It's just like, honestly, it's 7 o'clock in the morning here.
It's like
You've got tradies, right, fighting for car parks.
last start, Slumber Party, you said leads. Last start, Slumber Party led. And if you watch the replay, Gunn just made so much intention to get 3 and 4 off all the time, which, you know, the horse went really well.
Was a mistake.
I think it might have been a mistake. Whereas tomorrow he gets that beautiful spot. Instead of pushing to the left, dragging to the right.
Right, yeah.
From barrier 8. He gets a lot of control here tomorrow, Marcus.
What about Gretna driving up underneath him, being a pest? Because she seems to have been given some touching up, and she's very hard in the market.
Possibly.
I'm against her. I can't see Blake Shin doing something like that.
All right, so he just sits there. Okay. Yeah. So she's a 17 starts, 3 wins, 4 placings. She's actually a bit of a mule, in my opinion. Anyway, Suspenders has to go forward. And you know, Heady Heights won't give her barrier away tomorrow, but that just leaves her about 5th on the inside, I think.
Like, what are they doing? Like Heady Heights, T Clark doesn't have a ride in this race.
Oh, you got to get the weight off. No, look, Mark's already explained. You know, you can't have those horses carrying big weights.
That's right.
T Clark does not have a ride in this race. You put on Adkins with 1.5.
Now, Gord, you nearly made up with them more. In fact, you guys were buddies there all for a while.
Yeah, well,
and now you're pouring shit on him again.
Yeah, well, there was a couple of things that.
What are you talking about?
I wasn't agreeing with, and when they do that, it's just a pet hate of mine, Mark.
Yeah, but what they're seeing, Gord, is they're saying we've claimed on this horse and we're still going up 4 kilos.
Yeah, so what?
Right?
I know that's the way they think. I'm just
so they didn't want it to go up a stone in weight without the claim.
Anyway, what a race it is. Suspenders won last start. She's a mare that's in form, but Slumber Party is so likeable tomorrow. And Face Encore goes from Bad Glyn to Ty England. And it was Bad Glyn last start. Don't worry about that.
Suspenders won the lottery last start, so I'm against it. I'm very keen on backing number 8, Slumber Party. I love the golden switch. I love the way you describe what might actually happen in the run.
Well, it's just going to be Here I Am instead of riding over to the left.
And I also think it's the best horse in the race. So
2 hopes here, Slumber Party and Face Encore. 2 hopes.
Weren't we going to have $1 billion bet?
Yeah, I'm on. What do I on?
What am I? Okay, you're on Little Miss Brown.
The old ginger nuts, eh? Trying to fuck me all the time. Mark, what are you saying? Why's Prada Miss so much in the market at $14?
No, it's $9.50. It's shorter than that.
What's the 50s, Jansen?
Well, she was very stylish the other day.
Yeah, highway. Even Heady Heights would win a highway, and I said she'd never win another race.
Yeah. Yeah, I marked it 25s, Prada Miss.
All right, 2 good.
Slumber Party to beat Faith Encore. I mean, you know, look, if Slumber Party didn't have that wretched Faith Encore starting shorter than the other day, which is just a little niggle, it's like, I just prefer that not to be the case.
If she didn't, you'd say Slumber Party tomorrow, would you?
Well, it's just dragging her back just a touch. The fact that you know, a slutty horse like Faith Encore, if I'm allowed to say that.
You're not allowed to say anything. It's freedom of speech. You should be so proud of the fact you can say slutty. Not everyone agrees. Did I mention? No. Let's move on to race 9.
Look, and I suppose, you know, Slumber Party, what she won, she won the 13.50 at Beaumont. You said that last time, Glenn.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's eminently likeable here. I put down 7 of all.
Gay's horse is going really well too. Last race, guys.
And the
nightcap.
The nightcap, indeed. $3.70 Imanui. $5 Special Missile. $6.50 Francesco. I'm already sick of him. $11 Nat King Coup. $12 Tarsin. $15 Gold Horizon. $15 Exitoso. $16 Sonic Swish. $18 Mapmaker. $21 Virgilio. $27 My Giuliano.
If you're sick of Francesco, aren't you sick of Imanui too?
I'm not sick of Imanui.
Oh, here we go. The fucking #1 fan.
I'm sick of Ron Quinton. If you want to teach people how to ride, buy a pony club. Don't train horses.
Buy a pony club?
Yeah, well.
Who's your teaching ride, Aikens?
Just had enough of him having all these good horses. How the owners give him these good horses when they know he's going to use them to train apprentices.
Always, be gentle early, let it balance up.
Wide barriers, snag straight out of the barriers.
Look after the horse, pull it out wide and just...
He's living in the 60s, is he, or something like that? Or what's the go with him?
Look, there is a bit of urgency in this race.
It's fair commentary, that.
Yeah, he's a dinosaur.
I think it's fair commentary, and what God says, if you want to teach riders, buy a fucking pony club. Racing should be about just hard, just
Getting
win.
the best jockey, training it as good as you possibly can, and giving them tactics to win the race on the
So
weekend.
we're okay.
It's like
We want the Super League, do we? We actually. So the apprentices will have to go and learn somewhere else.
Well, of course they should.
Well, it is part like we need jockeys to come through. So we're just
Why
going to
not
have
get
to put
them
up with.
riding in the bush, and then the one that proves themselves the best in the bush can then get a
That's
gig
A.
in
Atkins.
town.
Here he is. He's here.
I don't think he's on the right. I think Ronnie. I think you're right. He's Theo Green,
Yeah, he's there, great.
and it's. I don't know if it's the modern way. People often say to me at parties, "Oh, you go to the races. You don't want. You never want to talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you like? The colour? Is it the horses? Is it the people?" I go,
Just love betting.
"It's not betting." And yeah, winning would be better because it keeps you betting. But even if I take losing before not betting. The whole idea of winning is so you can bet bigger.
Yeah.
But
the whole
isn't it
idea
just
of
adding
losing-
another dimension? The Pony Club stable. Isn't that just adding another dimension? Such
suppose
a
maybe I'm
rich
bitter.
fabric.
Yeah,
You are
okay.
bitter, yeah, I know.
But let's the poor owners here, Mark.
Well,
The
see,
participants.
the thing about betting is you get to own whichever horse you choose.
Oh, I agree.
And
Until
you
correct weight.
don't have to own the Pony
Then
Club
you get-
horse because you know it's a Pony Club horse.
Yes, it's gone. Look, I'm obviously just frustrated due to what I've seen happen recently, which is him have quite a
plain
few
thing.
horses that should be winning
We
races
get
and
any
they're not.
more noise at
Yeah.
Erskineville.
All right, okay, now I want to say that there's a bit of pressure here
Okay.
because you've got Virgilio phoning 1500, you've got Richard I with Kathy on board, you've got Nat King Koo, you've got Special Missile, you've got Golden Horizon not giving away his inside draw. And even a wild card like Mapmaker could find himself wide and pushing on. So I think there's a little, like Imanui was unsuited by the way the race was run the other day, certainly gets a suitably run race tomorrow.
Okay.
But I did think that still Special Missile was particularly impressive the other day.
And
Tipped it on top, guys. I tipped 4 on top from 5, and I'm a new. I didn't think there was many places to go in the last race. I thought the 3 picks owned the race, and I think even though Francesco, we're all but sick of it, it's absolutely flying.
What do you mean?
It's flying.
What
It's
do you
racing
mean
well.
It's flying.
Well, it's run the other day. It was terrific.
Okay, well, let's just go back to Warwick Farm, 1300, where Imanui picked them up and carried them, Francesco and Nat King Koo.
look,
Francesco was second up that day.
Imanui was first up that day.
Francesco's really been impressed. Look, I got to get my chances. I think there's 3 hopes. You said you were sick of it. I'm
I'm going to back number 4, Special Missile.
I think we're all going to like Special Missile, guys.
I didn't have as much pace as you are suggesting, but Mark.
Well, he doesn't have to be in the van. I think he can sit this horse.
Absolutely flew last start. I thought Imanui, or I'm pretty sure Imanui is the best horse in the
It's not
race.
IMM, it's IM. So it has to be
Imanui?
Imanui.
Imanui? Well, Imanui will do me. I'm not a race caller.
What about that Flindell the other day? He just decided to call XLR something different. He just went, oh, I think I'll just give this a different pronunciation.
Echelere? Was he calling it Echelere or something like that?
How mad is he? He's the maddest bloke.
Right, so what are you doing with Imanui there, Gord?
I'm not backing it. I might even lay it just because I'm so bitter.
If you lay it, can you make sure you let all the punters know? We'll put it straight on top Manning Up, because whenever you change direction on animals,
I know,
they
I
just
know.
shitty. It's like unbelievable how it
Well, you know when we go on a rant about a jockey, underperforming, bang.
Bang.
You know?
Hang on, Gord, isn't this the best horse in this race by a country mile, Imanui?
Yes.
So that's it's a problem.
It'll be able to beat.
Look, I want to mention a horse here that Gord has put me onto. It has got talent, and I can't believe I'm saying this. Exitoso has got something.
For a Wednesday.
This is a Wednesday race.
I don't disagree with that.
Um,
How it ran third the other day, I'll never know.
What, it paraded that badly?
No, they were just in the run. It was sort of in third, gained the third spot, and then dropped back to fourth, and then went back to fifth, and then come
And had the biggest Betfair riders you've ever seen.
Geez, it went good. Does someone own that little kid up there, or is it just is it 3-year-olds walk the street here by themselves? Oh, thank God, his mum, she's turned up. Fucking hell. I worry about kids being more.
I don't think that one's hers.
Well, it doesn't matter, as long as someone's looking after her. I just don't want to hit by a car.
Okay, right, so have we said enough about this last race or not?
I think we have. We got any morals, you guys?
Gord, you start with you, Gord.
Minari.
Minari a moral, eh?
Yeah.
The only moral I've got tomorrow is Slumber Party face encore the bracket, and the rest of the day Mounting Yard Mail for me.
Right, okay. What can I suggest? That is a good question. I mean, it's
hard now, but there's juice there.
Yeah, look, I'm going to go for Special Missile in the last.
What a
to
great,
beat the best horse in the race, I'm a
been, guys. We'll be back on Monday for the rant. Send us plenty of emails. Keep an eye out for those CAD number plates, and just can someone tell us what it means?
Can somebody email in a suggestion for how we can at least cover costs in the business too, please? Suggestions would be welcome.
That's right.
We're sick of sending
expressions
out
of
tips
interest
and shows, and all doing $500 a month running the joint.
Yes.
Big hello to.
See you guys.
Good luck, guys.